Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. ImperialJedi here, episode number 2 of our early access look at Cities Skylines 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oh goodness, I can't even get through an intro. Hello, good to have you back. So as you saw from our flashy little intro there, today's episode is going to be focused around public transit. Mainly trams, buses, and taxis, which is awesome. And the city itself, you can see we're ready for it. I've done a little bit of expansion in between episodes. We're at milestone number 5 now, and we've got a slew of development points to spend. And those are... Oh, what is this?
Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
It's a cool feature in the game, but that's like a little real, eh? There's like fires on the West Coast. That's kind of scary. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's do some transit building. We've got ourselves 30 minutes again. And goodness gracious me, there's just so much to try to fit in. So cross your fingers, buckle up, sit back, enjoy the ride. Let's have some fun here. And I do want to point out before we do jump in, hold on, asterisk here, there will be at least one more video coming out. That one will be a little bit more focused on the bigger parts of transit, cargo, freight, and a highway interchange. That's kind of like what will be coming next. But for today, I do want to show off more city building stuff, but I think transit's going to be kind of nifty. So yeah, hopefully you can see in the background some stuff you want to see, but the city's kind of cool. It's a good looking city. All right, start us off here. So at level 4, we do unlock basic transportation services, and that is taxis and buses. What we want right now, though, are trams. To get to the trams, we've got to buy the train. And, just in case. Probably not, but just in case. And the only other thing I purchased between episodes was that gas power plant, in case you are wondering what that giant smokestack is on the industrial pocket. And then if I can remember, I do want to put a park or two in. We'll see how time goes, but I want to try to spruce up one of our little transit hubs. And what I'm picturing is in Midtown right here, I want to put down one of the bus depots, and I want to have a crosstown tram link, and then I want to do a box of the city with some buses, and then we'll have a bus route that'll help serve the industrial pocket, and a bus route that'll help serve the main part of Midtown here. And then just a few taxis sprinkled in. Yeah, this right here, that's kind of cool. And in between episodes, they actually added contour lines, so our terraforming got a lot easier now. And that's where we'll start. So the depots, just like in Cities Skylines 1, they're going to need a lot of big, flat, open space. Otherwise, the terraforming gets a little funky. So we'll give ourselves a good start towards that. Smooth all this out. And I'm planning one of our tram loops to kind of end at the clinic over here. And this one will be the simpler of the two stops. And I don't mean to go so fast. I just feel like 30 minutes is going to just evaporate away. So expect when the game comes out a much more realistic slow pace at doing the Let's Plays and condensed tutorials. So if you are curious a little bit about transit, getting started, that kind of stuff, I'll have some purpose-built videos too, but I enjoy our casual approach here, and I hope you guys do too. All right, well, tram depot, plain and simple. Toss that in there. And now, this is one of my eureka moments, right? I'll tell you the story here. So, first time playing Skylines. Put the tram depot down, I'm getting all excited. I jump over, try to find my tram roads. I see these ones, I get all excited still. One way, two way. That's all cool, right? But nothing new here, right? And so I just wanted to jump in. I wanted to test this all out. I didn't want to do a dedicated network. And so I jumped over to the road tab, expecting to see the trams, right? But not there. Not in your upgrade tool. And then the eureka moment, the light bulb went off, eh? And I was like, no way. So grab your tram track, grab your road upgrade tool, and that's how you add them. How nifty is that, eh? Now, I don't know why we lost our friend right there, but yeah, we're okay. The whole goal of doing it this way is to not lose buildings. Quality of life is through the roof. You don't have to redraw any roads. And it's one-way friendly as well. I went ahead and added this really awesome one-way corridor. And in case you're not impressed yet, by the way, all right, I got something that'll knock your socks off. You ready for this? Jedi, keep his PG. Oh, don't worry. All right, so in Cities 1, you would do something like this, right? In this scenario here. And we would just be like, all right, whatever. That track gets no action. That's fine. We'd accept it. But in Cities 2, like, I'm just going to show you. Look at this, eh? Right-click, one-way. Two-way road, one-way train track. Are you sold? Are you sitting down now? That's pretty cool, right? Anyway, so I think my big takeaway so far with Cities 2 is that you don't really want to come in here trying to play it like Cities 1. We'll definitely have a nice big head start, but treat it like a new game. And all these cute little fun surprises like that will just they'll come and give you some happy smiles, you know? Okay, so let's double up a tram track over here just to kind of end things off. Just so smooth, eh? Oh, you guys have pointed out, I agree. I think I've become more Canadian since our last round of videos. Something in the West Coast water. Channeling the inner Vancouver as the rain picks up too, eh? Alright, well, another thing that's different between Cities 1 and 2 is you got to put down your shelters. Before, the shelter would get created as you put the line stop down. But now what you can do is set waypoints. So if you don't have a shelter to click on, you'll be making a waypoint for your vehicle to follow. And I realize there's not a lot of density in that corridor that we just put the tram stops down, but I got that mentality, if you build it, they will come. So we're getting ready for some future expansion. Oh, and also, great question that came in from Pipster, and shout out to you for reminding me right now. You can put your stops on top of bridges, and that also just blew my mind. This game's all about those little happy discoveries, I think, eh? All right, well, let's throw a loop in here now. And for this crosstown tram setup, it's just one line that falls back on itself, and it hits both sides of the street. That's why we've got our fancy little turnaround point up here. And these could be the makings of future transit hubs. Now, something that you got to be aware of with Cities 2 is if you wanted to make a change or say add another stop or a shelter, and you leave your line creation tool, when you come back, you got to start fresh. And I don't know if that's because we're in early access or what the plan is, but I just noticed that if I missed a stop or something and I put one down and then went back to line tool, you got to start again. And then this, I don't know if it's a bug or a feature. Can't make up my mind yet, eh? So we got tram spawning from here. If I take tram color and I switch that to beautiful red, shout out to the TTC, Red Rocket, they come out mismatched in color. And so, like, is this the bug or the feature? And then you give it a little poke, bump, bump, and then the color fixes itself. I don't know. I love it. Anyway, the tram vehicles, they'll take a minute or two to kind of sort themselves out. The spacing will eventually make sense. So we'll leave them be, because time is not on our side. We can't sit and watch. That's cool, though, eh? I like that. That little bit of concrete. These are the kind of things I wanted to stop and stare at. I'm with you, eh? Communications tower. Love it. A new curve through here. We move the water away from the dump. And some of the buildings are starting to level up. Like, that's a really cool looking set of silos right there, eh? All right, don't get distracted. All right, so buses, please. So just like the tram, we got to put a depot down. I wanted the depot to be on that street right here. And just like the trams, you can also upgrade to put bus lines in through here. And I actually want to show you guys one more quick little thing here. Just jump over the chit chat. Question on your mind. I know one of you at least has this on your mind. What happens if you put a roundabout in with a tram track? That's a great question. Check this out, eh? So if we throw this through, it creates the roundabout, but the tram still goes straight. That's cool, eh? So don't need to kind of squiggle all awkwardly through it, and then the tram will have priority. That's kind of cool too. That little bit of a hill right there. Let's reduce the size. Give our trams a bit more of a fighting chance through that node. That looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, zoom out. Come back to that. And, oh, what weather damage. Whoa. That's cool. Apparently there's a heavy rainstorm right here. All right, well, listen, we're not doing, we're doing transit. We're not doing weather. Sorry, there you go. Okay. So the first of our bus routes, what I was kind of picturing was a box around the city. And that'll help encourage people to make their way up to the trams. Actually, probably over on this side. Make sure our shopping block's got some bus action. And then we'll probably throw some more stops in later, but let's just keep these nice and well spaced. And then we'll sneak up here through where the offices have been zoned. And then if we could, I'd like to make our way to where the central bus depot is going to kind of sneak on through. And so actually, you know what? We're going to go through the roundabout instead. So yeah, it's kind of channeling our inner transport fever when it comes to this kind of stuff, eh? Which is not too shabby. And so yeah, just within here, that'll be where the transit hub will be. And then I feel like we might actually jump across where the tram is and really encourage some line sharing there. And that would give us a lot of room for growth too. So the stops themselves, they can't actually share. So we'll have to put bus one separate, but they can be next door neighbors. And then we'll just beeline down here. Awesome. And I don't know if we actually need any bus lanes right through here. I think I want to wait for us to get the 6-lane road. We could do a little turnaround point, though. You're getting too far away. Could do a little turnaround point if we wanted. And just show off some of the bus lanes that way. Absolutely pleasant when it comes to this. So that's one side of the street done. And we'll do a second bus route to go the other way. That way you don't have to go the whole way around town if you want to take the bus to your friend's place. You can kind of see how waypointing would make sense now, eh? If you wanted to take like an alternate route. Gosh, I don't know what it is. There's just something about the visual eye candy of this game. Like, especially with Cities 1, like this for me is a digital model railroad town simulator. You just build it and then you know, eat your dinner and just watch everyone just kind of do their thing. Day-night cycling, that kind of stuff, right? All right, so let's paint our buses here. Uniform fleet color. Nice, beautiful red. Nice. And then what we want now is another bus route that maybe just goes down this street here. And I think we're actually going to get set up here for what will eventually be trains. Yeah, you heard me. That's right. That's right, come again. That's right. Yeah, trains, they're beautiful. They're large. We don't have, for this particular map, a rail connection to talk to. So when we do our train routing, it's all going to be internal. So internal cargo lines, internal passenger lines. And the trains, they got to be like, you know, well spaced apart. Otherwise, it doesn't quite make sense to use them. It would then be like appropriate for, say, like metro instead, right? Let's throw, maybe the school can be on one side. Now let's get a hill up here. Let's split this height difference a bit. Oh yeah, eh? And then that way, if we don't zone on that side of the street, we get a nice strong defined cliff right here. That's kind of nifty. And then I wanted to put down just the simple bus station in here, please. Yeah. Excellent. And I'm actually going to move that just slightly away from the hill there. Yeah, that's much better. And then just in case you're curious, I know you are. How do you not be curious, right? The rail yard itself, you got to spawn one of these guys down. That you connect to the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Your train lines, that kind of stuff. They'll spawn the vehicles, they'll maintain them. But just like all things, you really want to be on a nice flat surface for this. So I kind of envisioned us being, I think, a bit closer to the coast, but I don't think I can resist, eh? So just to satisfy your curiosity, we will put the depot down, and I think this will be a road that eventually makes its way into a highway interchange. And I think all that'll kind of come towards the end of next episode. So expect, yeah, a little bit of a time jump. The city will be a little bit more grown up by then. And we're gonna have to find a way to like incorporate the rails through that interchange without it like getting too chaotic. So that'll go one place, and this will have a lot of action eventually. But for the moment, just so you can kind of see how big it is, eh? Okay, could have slightly done a better job here with the terrain. But that's not really that important. All right. Leave that there. But now we can put down a train station here. It's just a little bit of placeholder. And this will make sense going with the pairing for the bus. And I think we're going to be... Yeah. And then perhaps the school goes on top of the hill, just so it's not so loud for our students. But they can enjoy the view. I like that. Okay, so in here, you know what we could do instead of the bus shelter? Let's draw our own one-way streets, and we can do like bus-only roads. We can kind of show off that mechanic. So we'll have a bus road sneaky through here. And then we can run a one-way just next to it, just so we can get vehicles that can pass each other. That same kind of idea with the tram we had. I am so spoiled with how easy it is to like redo roads here. It's such a weird one because like I feel like I'm still going to play a lot of Cities 1 because until the mods catch up, I just feel like this kind of stuff is made for the Move It mod. It's made for Traffic President, you know? And the base game itself is such a quality of life boost, so we're expecting that to be paired so beautifully with the mods, I think. We're very spoiled these days, aren't we? Eh? Okay, so a little park going there with your bus waiting spot. I like that. Maybe a plaza as well. Very lovely. And that can just be a little bit of shopping while you're hanging out in here, too. Not a lot of demand yet, so might not zone in for a hot second, but that's okay. And then let's get some... I prefer the shelters. We can definitely do some poles, though. Not the end of the world. Oh, you know what? Are you going to tell me that... wow, it's only a pole on that side. Interesting. Okay. Do our shelter on this. And then let's... that's the one-way roads. We can't really beeline up there. So let's beeline up this one. And I think that makes sense too with the way the bus route here goes through. And then I wanted us to go through, I think there, but I'd make the argument if we go up and then across and then up, we probably hit a few more people that way. And as the city grows, we'll definitely make some improvements to the bus lines, but just want to get as much action in here as we can for the moment. And then show you guys some cool stuff too, obviously, right? I think it's kind of fun how we all play the game so differently. Yeah, let's go up where the trams are, eh? Let's do that. And then that'll lead us into, yep, our bus station right in here. Awesome. And this also can be paired with plazas and stuff, but we got a bit more room in this. Whoa, did we just... Wow, we got lucky with that, eh? Do you know what, though? I don't think that plaza plays very nicely with the graveyard, though. I do like it, but I think we're going to put that right over here in that space. Yeah, that works very nice for size, too. And I think just maybe a nice little small park or something next to this guy. Oh, a dog park. That's a cute idea. Yeah, you know what? Maybe if you got little Fido on the bus with you, take him for a little pee break, you know? And then, oh, campfire site. Don't get too carried away here. Don't get too carried away. A little playground as well. All right. Playground next to the school. Let's be real. Okay, so let's draw the bus route, and then we'll have to put in our taxis and then wrap her up. I always take, like, I feel like these episodes, I don't know how to make them any, I don't want to condense them more, do you know what I mean? I know we could do a little bit of movie magic and jump ahead and stuff, but I really like our approach, and I just kind of enjoy, especially when a game is new, just this casual, let's see how she goes approach. But there's just so much more I want to fit in our, like, time here, right? Just running out of it. But that's good. You want to keep them wanting more. That's what someone said to me once.
You're back with Second Moon Radio. Your second
And there's just something about this game that just keeps you addicted. Jump through all these. I just cannot stop playing. Okay, which one of these is the there, complete. Okay, let's keep an eye on our usage rate here. As the numbers increase, we'll do a comparison. So we're at 300 more or less, and we're trying to definitely get more people on the buses. Those aren't getting too much action just yet for how many routes we have. Click on that. Speaking of route, make that red. And let's get some taxis going here. And then we'll check back and see. That's cool. And then hopefully, too, so we're having a bit of an issue, in case you guys are curious, with getting some customers around. We've got, I think, to be maybe a little bit too much commercial zoning relative to how far away the residents are. But my plan was to throw in some mixed density through here. And I guess we got a little bit of demand, so we can do that now. That'll hopefully bring some customers a little bit closer, but I wasn't really trying to focus too much this very second on some city building. But just so you guys can kind of see, our plan here is to go upwards with density in and around Midtown. And we might maybe replace some of these, but we'll see, yeah, we'll see. All right, over to some taxis. So the taxi depot, that does get unlocked, like I was saying, right away at milestone number 4. So you don't have to spend development points on this. And the taxis, I'd say, just make a lot more sense in CS2. In the first one, tourists use them the most, but in CS2, you can get a whole bunch of citizens using them as well. And that kind of encourages more just transit use in general. Because like right now, for example, we don't really have a lot of connectivity to the rest of our industrial pocket. But if we were to put, say, like a taxi zone right here, a little stand, anyone getting off the tram can now shoot on over. And if time permits, we maybe might get another bus line in through there too. So, you know, backside of the stadium, over by the high school. And then things like the bus depot, you can actually upgrade them to get a taxi stand to go out front, which is kind of cool. So we'll just upgrade that. And you know, it's down in our commercial spot over here. We have one of these side streets, pair that with one of the buses. And then definitely down over here where the train is. And we most likely would be able to upgrade the train station as well, eh? Yeah, there's a taxi stop. Cool. And yeah, you know what? I think we have time for just one more little bus route through here, eh? And I hope you guys saw, I did put a lot of suggestions and comments to work. So if you have any thoughts about how the city's looking in the background, you just let me know, eh? And I think when the game itself comes out, we will restart and do a proper Let's Play, but I do want to get a few more videos out on this city, and we'll probably jump the pace so we can get a little bit later game. Otherwise, I am all ears for what you guys are interested in content-wise. For me, no end. We got plenty to do. So make sure you're subscribed, and come say hi to us on Twitch. And I understand, I respect. If Twitch is not your thing, that's totally cool. I think what we could try maybe is a live stream or two over on YouTube here and there, right? All right, well, let's paint these. Let's do a little overview. Let's see how the city looks, and I think that's it. So I don't think we really got enough time in to properly gauge our usage, but we definitely should see an improvement from our 400 some odd people using it. Ah, holy smokes, we've gone down. Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, you know what? Maybe the rain's keeping people inside today, but I am very confident that with this setup here, we can easily get 20% of our city using public transit. Once the vehicle spacing kind of figures itself out a little bit more, I think we'll be all right. But that's it, friends. Time, as always, has gone away from us. The city looks fantastic. It's grown. It's getting there. We've got the makings of some rail. We've got a few areas we got to work on, but I'll get some of those fixed in between episodes. And then next episode, expect us to be building a highway interchange. That'll be awesome fun to try. And we really want to start working more on rail. So that's cargo, that's passenger, and we'll have more of the city built out, so we'll have more areas to connect as well. Man, I just want to keep going, eh? Well, this has left you wanting more. That's good news. That's also good news right there, too. There's our boost. Anyway, drop me a comment. Let me know how you feel. Drink some water. Say hi to the loved ones. Say hi to mom or dad for me. And go pet that cat or dog, why don't you? All right, I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Looking forward to the comments. And happy building, guys. Take care of yourselves.